This time I'm going to cook with a Trangia inside the Emberlit stove. Trangia, big flame. It's going. I'm going to put this on. I'm going to use this pretty large pot. There's 2 cups of water in there. This is your grease pot, basically. So, I'm going to turn the light off and we'll see how it looks, if we can see it. Now the Trangia is just turned on. It puts a good flame out. Now I know it appears to me that we're probably a good 4 inches the pot to the stove. So very likely it may not have that great a time. I have to review the video to find out what times that it actually used. As you can hear, there's quite a storm out here. The Trangia fits in there. Perfect fit, actually. So, this thing, I do notice that it funnels the heat and keeps it right on the pan. So I don't think the heat is escaping, you know. I think even though the flames are way away from the pan, it's definitely you know, all the heat is actually directed right to the base of the pan. Turn this off again. So you can kind of see the flames are just covering the bottom of the pan very well. Very well, actually. And what I do notice is the flame is orange, and that's what I gather whenever the stoves get very hot themselves, or there's metal nearby. They somehow, I don't know if it's an oxidation in the air or something. I don't know how to explain that, actually. I just think it's hot. The stove gets hotter than it would if it were out in the air. So there's plenty of airflow coming up to the base of that pot. It's actually overlapping the base, but it definitely acts as a good windscreen because it's a breeze out here and it's not affecting it, not in a noticeable way. This is quite a beautiful thing to me. I don't know. I love these Trangia stoves. And the Emberlit stove, I think, is going to be an awesome addition to my stove collection. But I don't think it would take long to boil at this rate. Let's check the pot now. I don't see it bubbling. No, it's not. There is little bubbles in the bottom, but it's not approaching a boil yet. I think most of these stoves would take in the range of 7 to 8 minutes, maybe. Sometimes 6.5 to 8 minutes, I would guess, to boil. A lot of it depends on the temperature. Tonight it's not cold. But I'm real impressed with the looks of the Emberlit and the way it seems to be holding up. It definitely will handle heavy pots. And it holds the flames in big time. So let's check it out. Notice now, the longer it goes, the bigger the flames are on the Trangia. It's actually putting out flames beyond the edge of the pot. Pretty neat. I think that'll make a nice video here for those of you that are thinking about this stove. I cleaned it up as best I could to get fingerprints off of it, because obviously even stainless steel or this type of metal, if you touch it, it leaves fingerprints or little skin oil. So I thought I did my best to clean that off prior to the first burn, so that the pattern, just to try to make it look better, so that the pattern wouldn't have fingerprints all in it. And hopefully that shows up good. But you can see it's putting out a burn, baby. Very hot. So this thing, it really will work with alcohol stoves, although it's usually, if you're carrying a stove, you don't need the wood stove, but it could be used as, it's so light, it weighs like 5.5 ounces, I believe. It's the weight of the stove. So the Trangia outweighs the stove, I would say. See the flames? Yeah, it's starting to bubble in there. Approaching the boil. Steam coming out. This thing's going at it now. Well, I'll tell you what. Look at that. Look at that. The flames are shooting up out of the stove all around the pot. So the Trangia is doing a heck of a job. Looks like a face, doesn't it? Like a big mouth and 2 eyes. Yeah. And hair. The flame shooting out on the side is wearing a bowler hat. Okay. Anyway, I think that's pretty cool looking. Very cool looking. Yeah, we're having some stormy weather here. But this is fun to me. I sure enjoyed looking at stuff like this. It's still not boiling hard, but it's bubbling. Definitely getting there. This is a big pot. It's the Amusa, what would you call it? Grease pot. I haven't been using it, but it fits this stove perfect. I made a top for this stove in case you wanted to put a beer can on it, and it'll fit. I just used hardware cloth as suggested by the manufacturer. Fits over the top, and you can put any size stove on here and still burn wood, because this is designed as a wood burning stove. It's a wood burner, man. Looks like it puts out some heat. What light gets it? Trying to get it in view good. I think it looks pretty neat. Come way back here. See, it's sitting on top of my barbecue grill. So I've been running about 8 minutes and 15 seconds. I don't know how long the fire's been going, but I can see steam coming out, which I believe we probably have a boil. Yeah, we got a hard boil now. So, very hard boil. Man, that thing's bubbling all right. Extreme boil. And that fire's going too. I do not want to touch this thing. I may just let it burn and keep burning. That's beautiful. Try to get this stove burned in. I know when you burn them, of course, I don't see, this stove didn't cause the metal to glow red like the other one. Let's try it without the light and see if there's any glow. See, the first stove I used, the BIOS by Mini Bull, the first stove made it glow red. Right at the very center of the top, it appears to be red. Right in the center of the screen right now, dead center. That has a little red glow on it. So, that baby is hot. I mean it's hot. Well, I think I'm going to cut this off in a few seconds anyway. But you can see it's a heck of a stove. The Emberlit looks good too. It's a nice looking little stove. I know one thing, it directs the heat perfectly toward the pot. In the Trangia, you couldn't do any better than the Trangia. The times on it for boiling, I don't know. The whole video before it boiled was around 8 minutes, and I don't know exactly how long it was on before I started the stove. Or did I start it before? I don't know. I have to go back and review. I'll see you guys next time. This is Ted, checking out the stove. So, for those of you that don't have one, at least it's nice to see a few videos, and then you can get a feel for whether you'd like to have one. The Trangia works good with it, very good. Can't complain about that at all. So I'll see you guys the next time. Have a great day.